Hello, hello, and welcome back to some more runes in the factory. Two. And Azura's here as well. Two.
Hi.
Hi. So, there's a reason why I didn't record Rune Factory until, now at almost 9 p.m. And that's because I spent basically the entire day waiting for someone to show up who never showed up.
You mean at your house?
At my apartment, yeah.
Oh, who?
I got a notice a few days ago that someone was going to come in to do an not a regular inspection, to check the, bug traps. Usually someone comes in about twice a year. I get my notice, blah blah. They check the traps, say, yeah, no, everything's fine. Except for that one time where everything was not fine because the sink was having issues and that led to a lot of flies. But anyway, and usually that's about it. So I got the notice 2 or 3 days ago that person would be here at some point from, I think it said 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. that the person would be in. So I was all like, okay, sure, fine. Or, whenever that person gets in, I just have to be ready for it. So can't do any recording, can't be playing any Commander. Have to be doing something else while I wait for the person to come in. Do the quick, maybe 5 or 10 minute inspection of the traps. They go, then I can go and do stuff. That's what I figured was going to happen. Because that's what always happens on these inspection days. Except that the person never came in.
Of course not.
And then at 4:30, when I was all like, well, I guess the person isn't coming, I might as well try to salvage something. I want to play some Commander. Oh, wait, I know we said when I'm supposed to go here, duh. It's like, okay, might as well play some Commander. The DM for one of the new D&D games I'm gonna be planning on joining, decided to message me and wanted to get on voice chat to talk about character stuff. Because normally they have they alternate Wednesday games with someone else who runs a different campaign on the other Wednesdays, but they couldn't do it this time because they had a track and field meet. So the DM of the other weekly game was free to talk character stuff. So I'm like, okay, sure, fine. Let's talk characters and such. And that took until about now.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, about 4.5 hours of character stuff. And the character stuff isn't done, for the record.
Of course not. Why would it be?
So I still need to find what spell-like abilities I want my character to have. My character, being just a giant honking sword.
Yeah.
You're familiar, right? Yeah.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I am.
So ultimately my goal with the group is to not have any of the other players know that my character is actually just the sword. And, play through the game with them a fair bit, get joined in with the group. DM says I'm a knack for it. They'll be able to fit right in with them, so that's cool. And then eventually become so much friends with them that we have, a movie night where I then go and stream the first episode of Reincarnated as a sword.
Oh god, Claire.
What do you think?
You're crazy. You're crazy.
Thanks. I'm not crazy. My sword had me tested. Ah, no. But yeah, I wrote about, like, the first chapter of backstory.
Of course.
And then just wrote basically Cliff Notes version for the rest of the backstory.
Yes.
Gosh, writing is occasionally so easy. Writing is so easy when you don't really care about writing good. It's so easy to just go on autopilot and just start writing and words just come out and it's like, oh, do I have to... It's like, no, don't care about any of it. Just put words out. This is the first draft. It's not meant to be, you know, the final copy. This is just meant to start things off. And that... We don't have to stress about it being presentable. It's so easy. Okay. Can I get away from these birds? Maybe. Sorta, maybe, kinda.
Damn it, I didn't think about that. Let's just...
So I still need to choose some, like, spell-like abilities and stuff for my character, and I believe I only get one 4th level spell. And I think I've already picked the perfect spell. Greater invisibility.
Okay.
Of course, I mean, depending on what the DM actually allows or doesn't allow for my character will determine how much of a tank my character can be.
Yeah.
So I think I showed you, like, I could get, was it basically a damage reduction value of over 60?
Yeah. About that, yeah.
But the DM said that they would tweak the, the traits of Star Metal, which they had said was supposed to be basically adamantine. So if that's different, then who knows what will happen, and a lot of that stuff the DM might not allow. And, yeah. So I don't want to, you know, be killed in just one hit, but I also want to... I'd like to be able to tank.
I'd like to be a tree.
Also, we got some, like, character lore and stuff. Apparently my character is going to be part of local fables.
Okay.
Because the backstory has it where the sword was wielded by an elf for about 100 to 150-ish years before the elf unfortunately died in combat, and then the sword carried on pretending as if the elf was still alive, but, like, trapped in the ethereal. Yada yada yada. So the sword is still just going around and, like, fighting monsters and stuff, pretending to be, you know, an elf with a sword. But of course, the elf now looks like a ghost. So there are apparently now just going to be rumors about a ghost going around and saving people.
I see.
What? Why did that go down? Sure, let's heal. Oh, also, speaking of wanting to play some Magic the Gathering, yeah, Wizard of the Coast printed... Okay, so... Okay, start at the beginning. When I play Magic, mostly I play Commander. Commander is an eternal format, which means that essentially every card printed is legal in Commander. There's, you know, an asterisk to that, but basically every card from every set ever printed. So every set that comes out that introduces at least dozens of new cards adds, you know, dozens, well, actually, a new set might be hundreds of new cards to Commander. So people who play Commander look at the new sets as they come out, and any given card in the right colors could be added to their deck. I play a CDH colorless deck. Each new set that comes out might have 10 or less new colorless cards, colorless identity, specifically cards that I could potentially add to the deck. And then I have to determine which of these cards are actually good enough. Usually they aren't. Maybe it tends to be an average of every other set has one card that could be usable in the deck. Is the general average.
Alright.
The newest, like, upcoming set, Modern Horizons 3, which is still in spoiler season, which feels like it's been getting spoiled for a month now. I believe so far I have 5 new cards to add to the deck, including at least one that is insanely awesome, and the one that feels like just flat an upgrade to another card I was already running. However, I believe all of the cards that I want to add to the deck, none of them got spoiled in English. Which makes it really awkward to try to, you know, get the other players at the table to be able to search up the cards to confirm that it's real. Which of course they do, because not everyone is so engrossed in the colorless cards that get spoiled in spoiler season as I am. Because of course not. That'd be ridiculous. Let's see if I can try looking them up quickly. New sets. On Horizons 3. Oh, duh. On Horizons 3. Colorless identity cards. So what have you been up to today, darling?
You know, not a lot. Bit of job applying, bit of Star Wars.
Yeah, Azura's here like, hey, let's do some plate-ups. I'm like, yeah, no, gotta do some runes. And gotta also record something else also for tomorrow. Because I haven't been able to do recording today. Got, like, no chores done. No chores done. This as my currently only recording. Oh, and not like 99% of the Magic community cares, but Wizards of the Coast is bringing Kindred back and making new Kindred cards. I thought they were never going to make new Kindred cards.
What are Kindred cards?
Kindred is a card type, used to be called Tribal, with no specific rules of its own other than Kindred cards use creature card types without being creature cards. There are no cards that are just Kindred, they are always Kindred something. Kindred Instant, or Kindred Sorcery, or Kindred Enchantment, or Artifact. I don't think that there are any Kindred lands, creatures, or planeswalkers yet.
Okay.
Generally, it's just a way to get creature types onto non-creature cards, which sometimes proves to be useful. Usually not, but, you know, sometimes. However, it is specifically useful in one very specific commander deck that I have that uses, I want to say Omori? Yeah. Omori Kindred. Omori being a companion card that if it's your companion, all the non-land cards in your deck have to have the same card type. So, other than the commander, because there are no legendary creature Kindred cards out yet, all of the cards in the deck are either lands or Kindred. And back before Modern Horizons 3, that was about maybe 55 cards, when normally I'd want to have closer to 70 non-land cards.
I see.
But since I've mostly been looking at the colorless cards, I've been noticing the colorless Kindred Eldrazi cards. And it's like, gosh, I guess my colorless deck is going to become something of an Eldrazi deck now. Some of these cards are just too good. Like, okay, yeah, sure, there's the new, Emrakul the World Anew. A 12 mana 12/12. With flying, protection from spells, and from permanents that were cast this turn. When it leaves the battlefield, sacrifice all creatures you control. But it also has Madness, pay 6 colorless, so if you discard it, you can pay 6 colorless to cast it. You know, if it gets discarded. It also has the ability of, when you cast this spell, gain control of all creatures target player controls. So you cast it, gain control of all of their creatures. If they don't counter Emrakul, then you also have a giant 12/12 that's hard to kill. And if they do kill it, you sacrifice all the creatures that you stole from them. But even better, if you cast it and they do counter it, you still steal all of their creatures and you don't have to give them back.
Broken.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. But also, it's like 12 mana, so...
I mean, I didn't say cute, I said broken.
It's 12 mana. It should be ending the game. Oh, cool, this one's actually on English. In English on Spell Table now. Glaring Fleshbreaker. It costs 2 and a colorless, so it's a 3 mana 2/2. Whenever another colorless creature ETBs under your control, Glaring Fleshbreaker deals 1 damage to each opponent. So, you know, playing Commander, 40 life. If you can get 40 other creatures turned to play under your control, you win! That sounds... not that great, huh? But don't worry.
Okay, then I won't.
But don't worry, it has another ability. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token with sacrifice this creature, add colorless. So now it's not such a giant hurdle to create 40 creatures, it's just a chore of cast 40 spells. Which in my specific CDH deck, all of my spells are colorless, so yeah, cast 40 spells. Oh, notably, cast 40 spells, and they all get to cost 1 less.
I see.
So I really get to, if they cost 1 less, but if they were already free, they actually do cost effectively negative. I have had quite a few games where I've just gotten this out, and I just start storming. I cast a spell, make a token, you all take 1. Sack the token, make a mana, cast this spell, cast... You all take... I make another token, you all take another 1. Over and over and over again. And since my deck casts all these spells at instant speed, anyway, storm off just before my own turn, untap everything, storm off again on my turn if I need to. Like, sure, technically it's a do-nothing spell just by itself. Oh, you played a 3-mana 2/2 and it doesn't, you know, win you the game or destroy anything as soon as it enters. I mean, true. But as soon as I even cast another spell, if I can play that and then go into something else, it's done something. And that's good enough. Now. Whee! Oh, also I had this out with Echoes of Eternity, and turns out those two are an incredibly lethal combination. Eek! Echoes of Eternity being one of the new Kindred cards that doubles all of your other colorless sources triggers, permanents, and other colorless permanents and your colorless spell triggers get copied, and all of your colorless spells get copied. So you have that out, cast the Glaring Fleshbreaker, make 2 of them, cast another spell. Both the Fleshbreakers trigger twice, making 4 tokens. They each trigger twice for each token, dealing 8 damage to each opponent. 4 mana and 8 damage for each spell cast. And who in this day and age has enchantment removal?
I do not know.
But I think I mentioned to you a few days ago when I played a CDH game and I had to be the one with all the counter spells. There were 2 other blue decks at the table, and I counted as many spells as both of them put together. I understand why people like to power game and min max and you know make number go up as much as can and all that stuff, but
Yeah,
like,
like what you've just done.
what are you talking about?
Claire, you literally described it to me as the max damage a Tarask could do would barely put a dent in you.
I mean, to be fair, I got basically a DR of 40 just by doing adamantine, which is one of the core book building materials, and pure ore. Actually, getting the +1 makes it already 42, which is already almost the most damage a Tarask can do anyway. I think a Tarask can only do 49 damage? 4d8 plus 17. A Tarask gets something like 7 attacks a turn, but damage reduction, baby!
I mean, yes, reduce the damage on the baby.
What? No, the baby's in the corner.
You're not supposed to put baby in the corner.
Oh, not? Oh, shoot. Disregard.
Claire,
Hi, what's up?
am I gonna have to check your corner for babies?
Cinnamon, get out of there!
Okay, I can't tell if you were saying that, like, because Cinnamon actually was going somewhere he wasn't supposed to, or if you're playing along with the joke.
It's the joke,
Okay, how am I supposed to tell?
because it's funny.
Funny looking.
Hey, don't insult my poor kitty.
I'm not insulting the kitty.
He said he's funny looking. He's not even in his clown cosplay. Wow, why is that so difficult to say? Clown
Why
cosplay.
is that so important to say?
Because I was making a dumb joke, that's why it's important. Like everything else in my life, it's all just because it's a joke. Like, just like the rest of my life, it's a joke. Do-do-do-do-do. Owie.
Do 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 do.
Come on.
Do 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 do.
What if they just send you some magic cards so you can... I don't know which parts of this set I've already sent you, because this set's been getting spoiled for, like, a month.
Years.
I think I mentioned. Years, yeah. I mean, basically, yeah. Wait, are those other cards not on it? Oh, wait, no, I think they are. They're just... Oh, right. Ram and Bear, they're not on the main set. They're on... On Horizons 3 Commander is what it is. Theoretically speaking. Wait. They're not? What? Oh, these cards are so new that they haven't been spoiled on there yet? Oh, gosh. Well, here are two cards I've been using lately, at least. You know one of them is good because it's an X spell.
Terrifying.
An X spell in colorless is kind of terrifying. I can make that X go up really fast.
No, I didn't mean the card.
Oh, me? Yeah. I'm a scary.
Terrifying.
Thanks, I try. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Still find it kind of strange whenever I wind up making people scoop in a game of CDH.
Oh?
Because CDH is supposed to be, you know, like, the best of the best, the cream of the crop. Like, you play here to win. Do whatever it takes, within the rules, to win the game. There was, like, a thing that went around on the internet a few months ago of someone who lied in a game just to try to get a win. Like, and a lot of people are saying, oh no, if you have to lie in a game of CDH to win, you absolutely deserve the win. There's nothing wrong with lying in a game of CDH if it means you get to win. Meanwhile, all I have to do is resolve a time sifter and I win CDH. All I have to do is take 20 or more game actions in one turn. And I win in CDH. Okay, that's not working. Gosh, this thing is frustrating to fight against. I'm glad I still have levelizers to deal with it. Eek. What's some of the new spells I got as well today? What are some of these things? Ba ba ba. Yeah, cause attention. Oh yeah. Ulamog's Dreadsire. 10 mana, 10/10 creature. Now that's a beat stick. It has Vigilance, War to sacrifice a permanent with CMC 1 or greater. So if an opponent wants to target it, they have to sacrifice their non-lands, non-token stuff. So that's pretty useful. And it has tap, create a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token. 10 mana for a 10/10 that you can tap to make a 10/10. You can attack with it, and then before you attack with it, block with it, and then tap it to make another 10/10. Sounds absolutely devastating in casual play. If it was an artifact, I'd consider running it. I could flash it out before my turn, attack with it during my turn, tap it 2 or 3 times to make a few extra 10/10 tokens. Yeah, I could see making that very nice. And then swing with a bunch of extra 10/10s. Rooms of Discord, whatevs. Spawn Bed Protector, whatevs. Selective Obliteration. 3 colorless, so 5 mana sorcery. Each player chooses a color, then exile each permanent unless it's colorless or only the color the controller chose. So all multicolored permanents are destroyed. If a player has multiple different permanents of different colors, some of those are destroyed. Yay! Looks like fun. Don't think it's good in CDH though. People mostly don't care about keeping permanents on the board unless it's their commanders, in which case monocolored commanders are really starting to make a comeback. I can only see like maybe 2 cards that would actually hate to see this, and even then it's not that big of a deal. Like, that's already 5 mana. I'd rather just pay 7 mana and cast an All Is Dust and get rid of all of the colored permanents. I think I have a fancy All Is Dust, don't I? No, I have a fancy different card. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, right. More nice, tricky spells. Eldritch Immunity. Plus just a single colorless mana. Kindred Instant Eldrazi. Target creature you control gains protection from each color till end of turn. And then Overload for 4 and a colorless. So make your creature potentially unblockable and potentially safe from targeted removal. Or do that with all of your stuff. I can see its value. No! This boss fight is legitimately taking forever.
Is it taking 5 effort?
Not yet. Oh, it's dead.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Ooh, this is a pretty card. Oof. Oh. Here's one of the cards. Eldrazi Confluence. A 4-mana instant. Choose 3, you can... Oh. Yeah, close my eyes here. Choose 3, you can choose the same mode more than once. Target creature gets +3/-3 till end of turn. Exile target non-land permanent that return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. Or make a 1/1 Scion creature token with sacrifices, add colorless. I mean, I suppose if you already had that other Eldrazi thing from earlier, cast this, make a 0/1 spawn, resolve this, make 3 1/1 Scions. You've paid its cost at least, and dealt 4 damage to each opponent. I like between this and the X spell, you can like choose to absolutely lessen the effect if you just want to get like a nice refund on your mana. Do I just chug another levelizer and go again? I feel like I chug another levelizer and get going again. On to the recording army. Actually, we're pretty close to the end.
You and your chugging.
I think it's time to make some potions!
Okay.
Oh, but first it's time for lunch.
For lunch?
Yeah, I'm getting my lunch. I got a baked rice ball.
Oh, is it arriving?
No, in the game.
Oh.
No, sir, I did not order a 9 p.m. lunch.
Well, I wouldn't put it past you.
Don't put it past me. Tisk tisk. I had some pot stickers about an hour ago. That was my lunch. But yeah, this new Eldrazi Confluence actually stops, like, 2 very specifically very troubling cards I sometimes see in CDH.
Oh?
There is a creature, Collector Oof. It's like a 2/2 creature, whatever, but it says activated abilities of artifacts cannot be activated. So if that's on the field, I can't use most of my deck. But this card can just give it +3, -3, and kill it. Easy enough. And there's another card, Gilded Drake. It is a 2-mana 3/3 creature with flying. When it ETBs, swap control of Gilded Drake and one creature you don't control. So people sometimes play that in CDH, put out their Gilded Drake, take someone else's commander, hope that, just expect that their deck won't work without the commander. However, with Eldrazi Confluence, I could potentially cast it as an instant, kill the Gilded Drake before the swap, and thus the swap won't happen. Or, allow the swap to happen, then cast this instant at instant speed, and just bounce my commander back onto my board. So I get their Gilded Drake, and I have my commander. Plus, I still have, in either case, I still have 2 other modes I can still utilize. And since I can choose a mode more than once, I could absolutely... I mean, if I really had to, I could potentially kill 3 creatures, or give something like +9, -9. Versatility is where it's at. Do you? I think it's a little bit early, but this is a good enough time to end off this episode, and then we can do some other recording and blah 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 blah. Did I see a new land? The Talon Gates of Madeira. It's another gate, because we don't have enough gates yet. When Talon Gates of Madeira ETBs, up to 1 target creature phases out. It taps for colorless, pay 1 and tap it for a mana of any color, or pay 4 to put Talon Gates of Madeira from your hand onto the battlefield. That might actually just flat be playable in my deck. I mean, worst case scenario, it's another land that taps for a colorless mana, whatever. Best case scenario, pay 4 to flash it in, phase out someone's win condition just before they can use it. Phase out someone's commander. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Counterspell my land? Please.